Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now when we left off, we had taken Revered from the Kingdom of Aegis, and they have now actually just offered us a peace agreement, and I decided to reject it immediately. Now there is a very good reason for that, of course, and that is they only have 2 more fiefs available for them to hide within. And once they have been completely vanquished, the Aegis will be eliminated from the game, and I do believe then we will have a rather substantial territory under our control, and we will be starting to, hopefully, attract a couple more vassals as well. I am going to be indicting Lord Remaud. I do believe he is a little bit too emotional when it comes to me awarding fiefs to other people, and indeed Lord Tansugai is not. He is a very good vassal. He only loses 1 relation every single time. And what might actually be a good idea is if we start to level up one of our vassals in terms of our companions. Maybe we could make a vassal out of a companion here. I'm thinking Frudak is probably going to be the best one to go for, but saying that, I'm also thinking Ferentis, because Ferentis is very, very good, is he not? Yes, he's very good. So I'm thinking maybe him, and maybe, just maybe, we'll go for Kevtil, because he is also a cleric, technically enough. So that is fine. That should be pretty good, actually. So maybe, just maybe, so we'll see. Now, as we can see here, this particular castle has 285 units. That is 285 units. Okay, so, yeah, moving on from Count Dracula, we're going to go over here. Am I going to take this guy on? No. Let's just head in. Make our ladders as quickly as we can. Unfortunately, it's just become dusk, so I'm going to wait until the next morning, because I do like to fight in the daytime. There we are. Nice morning. Okay, so let us, without further ado, lead our soldiers in an assault, and we will see what kind of defenses they have available here. It's actually not too bad. Okay, so as far as I can tell, the ladder that they have here is actually quite wide in comparison to what we are used to. Now, what I am going to also be doing is heading down to the 4 ways in. I did say that I would do that off screen, but because of the peace agreement, I thought to myself, I'm not entirely sure whether I will be able to do that in the amount of time that I think it should take. And if it indeed does happen while we are recording, then so be it. However, what I want to do quite badly is, well, take as many castles as we can of the Aegis, because if they decide to declare peace with us once again, then I would say that we may indeed have a very good chance of being able to keep all of these castles and actually foster a better amount of money every single week. Because, of course, we are gaining quite a significant amount, but not as much as we were, of course. Not gaining 60,000 in 1 week, of course. That's a little bit too extravagant right now, but I would really like to be able to just do that. So if they do, then I might be tempted. I might be tempted by their offer, which is a little bit sad, suffice it to say, because I really don't want to. I want to eliminate a faction from the game. I feel as though it would be a really good idea for us to try and accomplish that. Now, I am actually a little bit worried about the fact that we are using such a slow weapon, and I would really like to be able to get another one. So I'm hopeful that I'll maybe be able to get the Holy Avenger, or something along those lines, because, I mean, the Holy Avenger, come on. How can that not be something for us? But yes, we'll take a look when we get to the 4 ways in, because I have a lot of money, and we should be able to make good use of these kinds of things, and I am actually wanting to cast Terror again. Thank you very much. Yes, look at these guys, they're running away. That is very, very good indeed. I like to see that. And now the only unfortunate thing is we're getting a lot of units coming in to reinforce. This is not too good. Whoa, that guy has a shield, of course. And yes, by the way, the shield skill does apply to the shield that the mages use. That is very nice to know. Thank you very much, by the way. I do believe one of you mentioned that in the comments on the previous episode. So that is very, very good. And now all we need to do is slaughter as many of these units as we can. Let's just use Terror, why not? Now, I know that one of you did state that the spiritual hammer has less damage than what we're currently using, or at least it has about 30 blunt damage, but whenever I used it, it seemed to do a lot more damage. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but maybe it's just an illusion. Maybe it's because I always attacked a low-tier unit with fragile armor or something along those lines, but it always seemed to me that it was very, very good. So maybe we'll go back to using that in a little bit of time, just to see what the difference is. We're doing about 30 to 60 damage with this particular mace, and that's actually not bad. That is pretty good, and it also pierces armor, thanks to it being piercing damage, of course. So that's pretty good, I gotta say. However, if I'm able to get enough faith power to get a spiritual hammer out... Oh, we did 70 damage there. That's pretty good. Okay, I like the 70 damage. Okay, I'm actually going to move by here, and we're going to do another Terror Spell. I know I said I'd save up, but I think a Terror Spell might actually be a little bit more useful in this particular endeavor. We must make sure that we are going to be successful in this bottleneck, otherwise I really would not like to lose any Blazing Hand Knights. They take a huge amount of time to level up, and I would really appreciate them staying alive in this particular situation. So, let us hope. Okay, so far so good, I gotta say. So far so good. Our Inquisitors are absolutely blazing through these reinforcements here. Very, very nice to see that. And now there's only one enemy remaining. Excellent. That is very nice to see. And where is he? Where is he, I ask? Well, no doubt our units know exactly where to find him. He appears to be around the corner. Very strange. Or he's trapped in a barrel. Excellent. Okay, well, there we are. Thank you very much. Vagia Infantry knocked unconscious. 14 renown and 36 morale. 285 taken down. Very nice indeed. So, considering we want as many vassals to join us, I am going to actually be letting everyone go because I also want the honor to be increased. So yeah, that would actually be quite nice to go for. And we'll go for as many dwarven units as we can get. And I think we'll take a farmer as well as a caravan guard. And now, what do we want to take here? Hierro monks, infantry, horsemen, veterans. I think that will be fine. And shall we take some of this? Yeah, we'll take some of the loot just in case. And yes, we're going to be giving this to Lord Tansugai. As I stated in the previous episode, I do believe he's done enough. He has done enough, by far, to warrant a reward. And we're going to be giving that to him. Now, as you can see, Lord Ramald's relation has gone down from 6 to 0, so he's definitely on the way out. He is not going to be a vassal of ours for very much longer, unfortunately enough. I really did want to have him as a valued member of Sanctus Bellicus, but unfortunately, he does appear to be a little selfish, so we are going to have to, well, just take him out, I guess. Just take him out of here and throw him out the door, unfortunately enough. I really wanted to have a Nord on our side, because Nords obviously have some very good infantry units. I would really like to try and persuade some of the dwarves to join us again, because if you recall from previously, we were able to acquire some rather good units from there. Specifically, I believe it was, who was it? Ore Tracker. Lugi Ore Tracker, I do believe. He was the fellow. Yes, he was a very, very good guy. That is for sure. He did so much damage. 4.4, 4.8. Never going to catch that guy. So, what are we going to do? Do we want to head down to 4 Ways In? Or do we want to head over to Radigir Castle and the inevitable siege tower that we will have to face? Okay, so I know that some of you are going to say, just go for it, because then we can eliminate the Vagirs and we don't have to worry about them any further, and that is actually a very good point. However, I am a little bit worried about it. Okay, let's go to Revered. And yeah, now there's a bunch of vassals attempting to raid this very nearby village. Oh my goodness, whoa, there's a lot of vassals here. Count Grainward, please join me. Join me in my assault against the Vagiers. I have no idea whether the Swadians... Oh, the Swadians actually don't like us that much, but yes, I have no idea whether the Swadians are against the Vagiers at this point. Okay, come on, guys. Attack me. No, he's actually looting one of our villages. Did you see that? He is absolutely... Wow. That's actually really quite a shame, because this guy has so many units, doesn't he not? Yeah, he has 144. He is running from me, and that reminds me. Oh yes, we're going to be changing our name right here. And do you know what we're going to be changing it to? Well, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. We're just gonna do that. Vederan the Reformist, of course. Now, we can change it, of course, in the future, because I really like some of your suggestions. Vederan the Heretic, Vederan the Defiant, Vederan the Fallen, Vederan the Corrupt, the Cursed. I loved all of those names, and I don't know, it just... maybe Heretic, maybe Vederan the Father, that is also very good. Vederan the Savior, I was actually going to go for that. There was just so many good choices, and I was really quite in a quandary about it. I really wanted to choose something that was, well, going to impart what kind of journey and what kind of vision Vederan has for the future of Calradia. And I feel as though For Reformist has actually fit that quite nicely. However, as I stated before, all of those names I actually really liked, and of course the ones that I haven't even mentioned, such as Vederan the Conqueror, maybe a little bit too mainstream as you said, but still, Vederan the Conqueror, I think that might actually be quite good too, although it doesn't seem to have too much faith connotation with it, but again, it is a very good name. And yeah, just bear in mind that I do read all of your comments, so if I don't mention anyone, it's mainly because my memory, short-term memory at least, is not exactly the greatest, and yeah, I obviously forgot. But yes, most of them were excellent. And then, obviously, the one that I chose, which is Vederan the Reformist. Hilarious, is it not? Okay, so let's just take a look at our units here before we head in to potential battle. Okay, there we are. Thank you very much. Now, let's see here. Boyar Raucher, do battle with me. I dare you. Well, he probably won't accept that dare, that's for sure. Hey, come on now. Count Grainward, what are you doing? Oh, and Lord Voldrat has been taken prisoner by the Kingdom of Vagiers. Wow, I'm stuck between two vassals and a hard place. And by the hard place, I mean Revered Castle, of course. Nothing else, nothing suggestive. Okay, so let's move on, and let's try... Yeah... Okay, so the only problem I see here is that this guy has Knights of the King, Swadian Knights, Sharpshooters, Clay Golem. Yeah, that's actually quite difficult. I might just leave the village to be raided, actually. I mean, he's going to take a long time to raid it anyway, isn't he? It's just what we have to do. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, if I move back here, he's just going to run away, and I'm going to pursue him for a good amount of time, and then he's just going to come back, isn't he? That's all that's going to happen, and then, of course, these Vagier guys are going to continue doing it, and it's just going to be a merry dance. So, let's see, these guys are all moving much too fast for me. These guys are moving through the forest, so that won't stay like that for long. Okay, Revered Castle it is then. We're going to force their hand. We're going to be attempting to force their hand right here. Hopefully have them retreat and see what we can do about it. Now, as you see here, most of these villages have been looted, and as a result, we are only gaining 1,100, which is terrible, but yeah, what can you do? Now, as you see, we actually have a rather diminished defense at Revered Castle, and hopefully we will be able to take it. Okay, so upon the dawn, I do believe we are almost ready. Yes, we are almost ready with our siege tower. Now, I'm not entirely sure the layout of this castle, so I'm only hopeful that it will be a good one and we'll be able to make full advantage of... Oh, no! Okay, this isn't actually too bad. It's not as bad as I imagined, but seriously, it's not as good as I thought. Oh my goodness. Okay, so come on, guys. Get over here. I need you to get over here and push this siege tower, otherwise we're going to be in terrible, terrible straits right here. You could say dire straits, oh yes. Now, let's take a look. What are we currently waiting for them to do? Aha, okay. So, Blazing Hand Knights, Blazing Hand Cavalry, and Inquisitors, as well as a Dwarven Paragon standing on the front lines. That's not good. He's got a two-handed. Oh my. Okay, well, what can you do, I suppose? What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my Spiritual Hammer. So remember, we were able to do 30, or should we say 20 to 70 damage, depending on, obviously, our speed bonus, and how much we were actually able to get a good hit on them. So let's just see. Let's just see how much the Spiritual Hammer does, because as you can see, it's actually really fast. Much faster than the Cleric's Hammer, and that's partially why I really like it. So yeah, let's just see how it goes, and how much damage it can actually do to some of these, well, I would say reasonably armored fellows. Now, let's just see here. Oh, did you see that? Whoa, okay, I don't know whether you saw that, but I sort of saw what Frudak was doing right there. He was throwing his throwing weapons, and he got 2 kills in a row. I cannot believe that. I seriously cannot believe it. Okay, yeah, because usually, as you may know from previous series, I am terrible, absolutely terrible with throwing weapons, and, well, you could also argue that I'm terrible with basically every weapon, but still, throwing weapons are my bane. They are the worst thing to happen to me since unsliced bread. Seriously, it is that bad. So yeah, whenever anyone gets a kill with a throwing weapon, even if it's an AI, I am just so impressed. Oh, wow. Okay, so first off, what we want to do is we want to give everyone bravery. And we want to bless everyone, of course. And then we want to head over to their front lines and do our very best to terrify. Oh yes, as well as curse. Thank you very much, and we are also going to be terrifying them once again, hopefully. No! Oh, okay. Well, that may have actually saved me. Yeah, that might have actually saved me from dying right there, so I suppose I shouldn't be too mad about it, but I am a little bit. Even though I was able to use most of my faith power, I would really like to try out the Spiritual Hammer, as you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the nearby soldiers holding position command. And I'm going to see if I can actually make a little bit of a passageway for us right here. Hopefully we will be able to fit through it, otherwise it's going to be quite a tight squeeze, and not entirely sure whether that's actually going to be very useful to us at the moment. Because as I say, I do want to penetrate their lines a lot, and if we can do it really fast, then we will obviously minimize our casualties quite a bit. And as you see here, oh dear, yeah, it appears that most of our people are now fainting, which is not great. Although, oh, wait a minute, we are penetrating them now. Yes, excellent. Let us tell everyone to start running up the ladder and getting in here. We don't want to be trapped in this bottleneck for too long. That is awful. That is very, very bad. Come on, guys. Let's give you bravery once again. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so, Spiritual Hammer. Make sure that that is equipped. And we will be attempting to do some damage with it. Come on, let me at least hit this guy. Yes, 28 damage, 32, 29. Yeah, it is quite a little bit lower, isn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, no, there's 54, 47. But it does have a lower range, by the looks of things, yes. A lower range, but that is mainly because it's faster, I would say. So you're able to do more damage in a quicker amount of time. Perhaps that is it. Well, I don't want to say one is better than the other, but I do believe that the Cleric Hammer is going to very easily penetrate the armor of anyone, basically, because of course it's using piercing damage, whereas this is using blunt damage, and as you can see, we are knocking everyone unconscious. So if we were unlucky enough to fail at this particular siege, then we would of course have those units to fight over again, which is terrible. Now obviously, as you saw right there, I hit a Vedmak for 35 damage with an overhead. Now I don't know whether you remember, but in the previous episode, I hit a Vedmak with my Cleric Mace for 64. So, yes, 64 with an overhead attack, mind you. So, I'm thinking that the Cleric Mace is going to be better, but yeah, I just wanted to test it out just to make sure that everything was going well. And obviously we do need to take out these guys now. Don't get shot! Come on, Vederan the Reformist, don't do it. Don't get shot. Oh dear. Now this is where it might shine to have the Spiritual Hammer, because these guys are very difficult to kill for me because they swing so fast. But as you see there, we were very easily... Where's the heal? Where's the heal? There we are. Thank you very much. Phew. We were very easily able to block, attack, because we had a quicker mace. So maybe what we can do in future is if we are against a Vedmak and we are having difficulties attempting to take him out, then of course what we'll try to do, after I take this guy out, thank you very much, what we will try to do is summon our Spiritual Hammer and take him out with that, because it is a lot faster than the Cleric Morningstar. So I think that is going to be our game plan. Hopefully I'll remember to do that, because obviously in the heat of battle it is very easy to forget these things. And wait a minute, what is currently going on here? I believe... Ah, here we go. Okay, so wait a minute. I don't have Flame Strike. That's unfortunate. No, I don't have a shield either, apparently. Okay. How dare you shoot me from behind here? Okay, come on, take these guys out. Yeah, come on. Let's get some clobbering time on here. Oh my. Are you serious? Okay. This is a little problematic for them. Oh my goodness. If I go down here, this is not going to be good. Okay, yeah. Ooh, lovely. Thank you very much, Blazing Hand Inquisitor. You really helped me out right there. Thank goodness they were able to cast spells, because, wow, if I had gotten taken out there, we would have had no chance. No chance to take those guys out unless, with some sort of freak luck, we were able to get our Inquisitors to cast their fire spells. 27 renown and 56 morale. Excellent amounts of rewards right there. And took out 418 units. Now we are able to increase our honor even more, which is very, very nice to see. And I'm actually thinking that I will take King Yaraglek prisoner. Or will I? Yeah, maybe. Maybe? Maybe not? Maybe? Yes. Yes, no? Yes, no? Yes, no? No. Okay. Let's not take him. Because I just want to get as much honor as I can, because then if we do purchase the Holy Avenger, then it will do much more damage if we have more honor. Now, one of you did actually state, why am I taking Hell units? Well, the main reason for that is because, of course, we want to utilize every single available unit we can that is strong to be able to defend our lands from the likes of the Blazing Hand, and indeed any other interloper in our space. So, you never know. There might be some problems in the near future with the Dalthusum Empire, and we want to have evil to fight evil. And we're basically just using any unit that we can to make that happen. So let's take a look here. What are we going to do? Kurget Shamans? Why not? And what else do we want here? Shamans or Shamans? Yes, I do know that the pronunciation is very different in certain places, so yeah. Usually I just pronounce it Shaman, as that is always how I've said it, even in, well, even in Dark Age of Camelot. I don't know whether any of you have played Dark Age of Camelot, but yes, it was actually my first massive multiplayer online game. So, yeah. Thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about when I mention Dark Age of Camelot. Excellent game, indeed. Liked it a lot. Okay, so there it is. We've taken as many as we can, or at least as many as I wish to, because I'm not entirely sure whether any of these are worth it, to be honest. I'm kind of having a bit of difficulty. Mercenary Swordsmen, I suppose they are always good. Mercenary Horsemen as well. They're always nice. And I suppose we'll just take a Caravan Guard. And is there any... Aha! We have some valuable units in the Vedmax right there, and a Hero Monk, and we'll take a Marksman. Thank you very much. Ooh, and we actually got a Masterwork Shortbow, which sells for a pretty tidy sum. Now, this is where I'm a little bit worried. What are we going to do? Are we going to defer appointment? Or are we going to give it to Tansugai once again? Considering it is very close to Dramug Castle, it might do quite well for him to have it. Shall we do it before we get any more vassals? I think we'll do it before we get any more vassals, because obviously, as you see here, Lord Ramald is just going to be a big baby, and he's going to throw a tantrum. Oh my goodness. That's not too good, is it? But we do have a couple of companions here that have leveled up. I will be doing that off screen so as to save a little bit of time. And now we will just be leveling up some of our elven units, and we'll obviously be making our way back to Kudan, maybe to Kuro as well. And I will be placing these Balrog units in there as quickly as I can, because if I don't, then of course we are going to have many, many difficulties with morale. So there it is. Peace agreement. Let's accept it. There we have it. So we have a nice right to rule, and we've taken every single one of their fiefs. A very good time indeed. That was actually extremely good timing. Wow. Can't believe that actually happened. Okay, so now, as you see here, we do have Revered, and I do believe we will be placing... Wait a minute. We will be placing some of these guys in the garrison here. However, as you probably just heard, I do want to check out the stats of the Balrog. I think I may have checked them out before, but it can't hurt to get a little bit of a refresher on what he has, because you never know when we may come across some of them in the wild, as it were. So yes, as you see, absolutely insane stats. Fortunately enough, he doesn't have any athletic skill, so he's going to move extremely slowly, which is great. Very nice to see that indeed. He does have, however, some extremely good damage, and his HP is nothing to be shy of either, as well as these weapon proficiencies. No doubt he's going to be swinging very fast indeed. So, without further ado, I will be ending this off here, and next time on Phantasy Calradia, I will have actually travelled down to the Four Ways Inn, because we are no longer at war against the Vaegirs. However, we are now in a somewhat skirmish mode with the Kingdom of Swadia, which is really not great, because, I mean, it's -3, that's really not a lot. What I really need to do is try and help one of their vassals, perhaps, or maybe... maybe do a task, or... No, wait a minute. What can I do to improve our relation with them? Maybe send King Harlaus a gift? That might make a difference. Maybe we should do that, because then we can get back to neutrality, and we can see fit to make our territory into an even greater controlled area. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.